At ito naman po yung ating panibagong tatalakayin sa araw na ito. At ang topic po natin today is proving trigonometric identities po. So, kailangan yung alam yung mga different identities na meron tayo para magamit natin to prove the following equation po. So, we have secant x sine x all over tangent x plus cotangent x is equal to sine squared x. So, we have secant x is equal to 1 over cosine x times sine x all over tangent x is equal to sine x over cosine x, and cotangent x is equal to cosine x over sine x. Since tangent x and cotangent x are reciprocal identity po. So we have, in the numerator part, we have sine x over cosine x all over, so we have denominator, so ang LCD natin is cosine x sine x, and sine x times sine x is sine squared x plus cosine x times cosine x is cosine squared x. Proceed po tayo. Sine x over cosine x all over sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1, since this is a Pythagorean identity po. And over cosine x sine x po. Then we have, so apply natin yung division rule, sine x over cosine x times the reciprocal of cosine 1 over cosine x sine x, so magiging cosine x sine x over 1 po siya. So, ang nangyari, makakancel yung cosine x. So, ang natira, sine x times sine x is sine squared x. So, ayun na po. Okay, so number 2 na po tayo. So, we have cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. So, ang gagawin po natin today, or dito sa item na to, yung cosine squared theta, gagawin natin, or equate natin siya into Pythagorean identity. So, di ba? Sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equal to 1 po. So, ang mangyayari, cosine squared theta is equal to 1 minus sine squared theta. So, magiging 1 minus sine squared theta na po. So, kaya magiging 1 minus sine squared theta minus sine squared theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. So, ang nangyari, 1 minus negative sine squared theta minus sine squared theta is 2 sine squared theta. It's equal to 1 minus 2 sine squared theta po. So, ito na po. 3. So, ang secant theta is equal to 1 over cosine theta minus tangent theta is equal to sine theta over cosine theta multiplied by sine theta is equal to 1 over secant theta po. So, ang ginamit po natin dyan sa ating item number 3 ay reciprocal identity po. So, we have 1 minus cosine theta 1 over cosine theta minus sine squared theta over cosine theta is equal to 1 over secant theta. Then, since we have the same denominator, we can add our numerator. So, 1 minus sine squared theta over cosine theta is equal to 1 over secant theta po. Then, we have the Pythagorean identity, sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equal to 1. So, ang magiging equivalent natin sa 1 minus sine squared theta ay cosine squared theta over cosine theta is equal to 1 over secant theta po. Then, since cosine squared divided by cosine is equal to cosine theta, so 1 over secant theta. And cosine theta is reciprocal of secant, so we have 1 over secant theta po. So let's have more examples to prove. So let's take number 4 po. So number 4, secant x over cosine x minus tangent x over cotangent x is equal to 1. So we have secant x over cosine x, ang reciprocal identity niya is 1 over secant x po, minus tangent x, at ang reciprocal identity naman ng cotangent x ay, or equivalent po niya is 1 over tangent x po, is equal to 1. So we have secant x multiplied by secant x kasi nag-reciprocal po, minus, or lagyan natin ng parenthesis, then tangent x, reciprocal of 1 over tangent x is tangent x then, is equal to 1. Then we have secant squared x minus tangent squared x is equal to 1. And we have Pythagorean identity, secant squared x minus tangent squared x is equal to 1. So 1 is equal to 1 po. 1 plus cosine theta divided by sine theta is equal to cosecant theta plus cotangent theta po. So, ang gagawin po natin, separate po natin yung terms sa numerator part po. So, 1 over sine theta plus cosine theta all over sine theta po. Then, continue tayo. So, 1 over sine theta is equal to cosecant theta, and cosecant ay plus, rather, cosine theta divided by sine theta is cotangent theta po. So, ayan po yung ating number 5 po. This is our last example for our proving trigonometric identities. So, if you want more examples, you may comment po sa ating comment section sa baba po ng video na to. And I hope po na nag-enjoy po kayo sa ating lesson today. So, let's start. So, cosine squared x, meron po tayong Pythagorean identity na 1 plus cotangent squared x is equal to cosecant squared x po. So, gagamitin po natin ito. So, 1 plus cotangent squared x times tangent squared x minus 1 is equal to tangent squared x po. Then, distribute po natin. So, 1 times tangent squared x is tangent squared x. Then, cotangent squared x times tangent squared x. So, ganito po. Minus 1 is equal to tangent squared x. And, cotangent squared x times tangent squared x is equal to 1. So, plus 1 minus 1 is equal to tangent squared x. Bakit po naging 1 po siya? Kasi sila ay reciprocal identity. So, ang cotangent squared x ay 1 over tan squared x times tangent squared x, kaya naging 1 na lang. So, na-cancel 1 na po. So, our final answer, we have tangent squared x, since 1 minus 1 is 0. So, equal to tangent squared x po. So, I hope you learned something today po. And thank you for watching. And please like the video po after this po. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more updates po on our channel. So thank you guys. Ingat po lagi and God bless po everyone.